Hi everyone, my name is Qinglong Jia. So I will talk about first is the project mission. So this project, the mission to know about alcohol sales in alcohol. We want to see what factor contributes to high and low price. Besides, we will also analyze the liquor sales period and per month to see any change there may be. And we'll look at the month later and we'll use to analyze the liquor. So around the holidays throughout the year, additionally look at the data side. We can see also answer some questions such as which vendor is the most admired, and if the liquid in some country is sold particularly well, and what are the reasons behind this. And the next I will do the data explosion summary. So the alcohol liquor sold data set is the one we selected from the size. The state of the alcohol released this information. The alcohol department of the commerce mandated that very establishment that the sale button alcohol for the construction of permit must possess a Class E liquid license. And by looking at this data from alcohol, we will be able to draw a conclusion from the college perspective. And next, I will dealing with some questions such as what factors contribute and high and low price. And we will also analyze the liquid sales period and per month, and so on. And override. And the projective is make the data understandable through both the method we modified the data set and the way I analyze the data, and I will be able to use the data to determine whether or not our zeros and are correctly by using spec named from the calculator and broad understanding of the world. And I want to provide information that will enable website visitors to compare the selling of the alcohol beverages. So next, I will talk about research abstract purpose. And I will use dataset on alcohol sodium alcohol from 2012 to 2015. Simple is 40,000 district observations, 16 variables in addition to this, and many layers graphs will be displayed, which will help to draw illustrating conclusion. And this project only care about the variables, the year, month, data, and the story name, city, country, and the bottle capital, and the bottle cost, bottle sold, some, and bottle price, quantity sold, all kinds of variable will be used in our analysis. So we aim to answer 4 questions. And what factor contribute to high and low price, and what were monthly trend of the liquor sold, and how did the sale change with the holiday period, and which country has the most sale and why, and which vendor is the most admired. So now let's watch the graphs. The first graphs, we can see there are 11 different outcomes. Bottom sold value sold discretely, discretely affect the sale with bottom cost at the same time. It's a better component that affects sales. And the next graph, we can see that this graph suggests the holidays had much to do with alcohol liquor storage sales, with month 10 which containing Halloween and containing the large number of the bottle sales at approximately 25,500 bottles. And next. So this graph shows poker country to be the one with the most sale. This graph also some story sales occurring above the 5,000 mark. The majority of these stories sold remained under 5 sales. And the next, it's emphasize top 10 vendors that are popular. So the last one, and is I emphasize. I can be summarized as follow. Bottom sold value sold directly affects the sale. While bottom cost at the same time is a latent component that affects the sale. Addition based on data that I have the analysis, I can use to conclude the amount of the liquor that the liquor story in alcohol sold have the large to do with the months of the year in which these sales occurring. The majority of these sales, according to these graphs, were made on holiday during the second month of the year, and most of the alcohol liquor story made about 5,000 sales with some outlier as inspection. It is reasonable to conclude that these who sold more were able to do during the holidays, and the mind take away from the alcohol liquor sales. They decided is that holidays during certain months of the year clearly has the impact on how much liquor was sold in alcohol. And then size is definitely not well-rounded, and this data set can be useful for further analyze such as the sale activities for alcohol in the whole country instead 220. And I learned how to use simple data to correlate the pyramid, and alcohol liquor sold is a good symbol to speculate the domestic sales. Furthermore, there are some variables that I costed way back that can be used to analyze people's taste of which the special liquor has the most popularity, so that it could give people who were hesitating to choose the version or recommendation. So it's my project. Thank you.